Hey guys, it's time for another Shadal deck profile with no Shadals in it. Bum, 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 bum. Kaiju time. Oh, this is a deck profile that's been a long coming. Cyber Kaijus is one of the most viewed decks on the channel. I've done something a little different this time, something I've wanted to do for a long while but haven't had the balls to put it together. It's time for Pure Kaijus, baby. Let's get into it. Pure Kaijus 2020. Let's go. Okay, so first off, your Kaiju lineup. You have 3 Juzukuru. Hasn't been on the channel in a while, so I suppose I'll explain. All the Kaijus have, or the ones that I'm running anyway, have 2 basic effects. They have an effect where they can just summon themselves to your opponent's field by attributing one of their monsters for free. Your opponent loses their monster and they get this big bad boy, or whichever Kaiju you give them. They can also special summon themselves from your hand if your opponent controls a Kaiju monster and you do not. Because you can only control 1 Kaiju on the field at a time. For whatever reason, I mean, did Konami not watch any of the Godzilla movies, like during the Showa era, where, you know, multiple monsters teamed up against each other to take down King Ghidorah or something? But I digress. Juzukuru is the strongest Kaiju in the game. It's the one you run 3 of. If you guys remember in Cyber Kaijus, for those who remember, this guy's a machine, so you basically tributed over opponent's stuff and made Chimera Techs. That's not in this build. This is pure Kaiju. But his special effect is he can remove 3 Kaiju counters from its field and negate any effect that targets a card and then destroy 1 card the opponent controls. Or 1 card on the field, rather. The other, probably the most well-known and most well-used Kaiju, Kamasutra, the Sea Turtle Kaiju, friend of all children, based on Gamera. I'm not going to repeat the Kaiju effect. Again, you know what it does. He's a negation. Once per turn, you can remove 2 counters, Kaiju counters, and negate any activation of a card, and then banish it. So yeah, he's the best one. Most people just run him. If they're running a full Kaiju package, they'll run him and something else. Third best Kaiju, in my opinion, Radian, the multi-dimensional Kaiju. Why am I running 3 of him, you might ask? Well, this guy's a token generator. You can link climb with him. These are soft once per turns, by the way. So if you have multiple Gamma Seals, you can negate 2 effects. If you have multiple Juzukuru, the Star Destroying Kaijus, you can negate 2 targeting effects. Radiant, you banish 2 Kaiju counters, summon a token. Then you go Radiant plus token into any of your linked monsters. That's basically what he does. Alright, and then for the finalizing the Kaiju package, we have what I like to call the TDG. The Thunder King, Dagaran, and Gardarla package. Gardarla, you could probably take this out for, I don't know, you could do Kamungus, but it can come up too often where you summon a monster with Kamungus and then they remove 2 of your counters and do stuff. Same thing can happen with Gardarla, but usually you're probably just going to give your opponent a Kaiju monster that they can't do anything with the counters. Such as maybe give them Juzukuru. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that you can do, but Gardarla, you remove 3 counters and you have the attacks of all the opponent's monsters. Dogaran moves 3 counters and blows up the opponent's monsters, but it can't attack that turn. And Thunder King can remove 3 counters and attack 3 monsters on the field. So yeah, that's the Kaiju package, 12 Kaijus. I know, that's a lot, but this is a pure Kaiju deck. Trust me, you need them all. Now, off from the Kaijus and on to your standard stuff. This is a going second deck. You need to have stuff that makes it so your opponent cannot Ash Blossom you, or if they make you go first, you have stuff you can do. That's why we have 3 Inspector Border. Drop this down. Oh, you don't have the Fusion, Ixies, or any special type of monster? Oh, that's fine. Kaiju Slumber. You can't Ash me. Speaking of Ash, 3 of the big forehead baby, the demon child herself. Although technically she's a zombie. Whatever. And then, again, you have to make sure your Kaiju Slumbers go off. Oh, Ash Blossom? No. And hide. So, negate any effects. And yes, we run the Cyframe link in the extra deck. Its name escapes me at the present time. It's not a big monster, I'm sorry. I'm a Kaiju groupie, okay? I only remember the big monster names. Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. It's the riff from Pacific Rim. I've heard the sequel sucks. I haven't watched it. Please don't make me watch it. Dark Hole plus it summons 2 Kaijus out on the field, 1 to each side. And then during any turn after the turn it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish it and search any Kaiju from your deck. 1 copy of the Kaiju files. This is an interesting tech choice, but basically the theory behind Kaiju files is you Kaiju over your opponent's stuff, you destroy their monster with the Kaiju, and then you turn your Kaiju into a Gamma Seal, so that way you have 2 counters on there, and it gains a counter whenever a Kaiju monster is summoned. And then I had hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, you can send it with 3 or more Kaiju counters to the graveyard and add a Kaiju spell or trap to your hand. And then the best Kaiju counter generator. I tried running it with 2. You need 3 of this guy. Kyoto Waterfront. Basically, every time a card is sent to the graveyard, you place a counter on it, maximum 5. When it has 3 or more counters on it, you can just, once per turn, search for any Kaiju you want. Also, if it would be destroyed by a card effect, you can just remove a counter from it instead. And the 1 Terraform to search it out. Then, again, because you can't rely on your Kaijus 100% of the time, so that's why we have one card Boral Sword, 1 Monster Reborn to get the Kaijus back, 1 Pot of Desires because you need to dig through your deck for stuff. You run 12 Kaijus. I don't think you're going to banish all of the Kaijus with Desires. 1 Upstart Goblin because we want to make it a 49 card deck, and then 3 Big On Demon Child. Again, you want to make sure that your Slumber goes through. That's basically the goal of this deck. Make sure Slumber resolves and blow up all your opponent's stuff. And then beat them over with giant monsters. Then 2 Infinite Impermanents because I wanted more hand traps and it was something else that I could use. And 1 Red Reboot, again, because it's going second deck, and we can only have the 1 now because Konami needed to promote Lightning Storm for some freaking reason. Alright, extra deck. Let's get into the extra deck first. Borreload, Boral Sword, Avramax, and Skull Dread. These are your Link 4s, the ones that you're going to be making. Skull Dread can be really freaking brutal. Make him and then special summon a Kaiju from hand. Ooh, so nice. Trisbane is the only Link 3 we run because it's the only one worth running. Landfill Incus, Beat Cop, there we go, Lambda, that's the one I was forgetting. And slightly older card here, Kashik Magician. Yeah, these 2 monsters with the same type, except tokens. So normally for that, you're just going to go Scapegoat and then go into a Link Spider and a Link Spider or a Link Spider and a Link Rebo. Bada boom. And you basically, strategy is you want to summon a Kaiju to either one of the 2 extra monster zones or right in front of it. That way, you can Kaiju 2 of your opponent's cards. So let's just use an example for a quick combo. Let's say they have a Gamma Seal, I have 2 perfectly sell tokens. This is my favorite token to use as Scapegoat. I lost the yellow one, I'm sorry. So basically, here's how it would go. They have a monster, let's say they got like Borreload Dragon or something in the extra monster zone or something like that. So here's what you would do. You would drop the Gamma Seal on them, putting it to either this zone or this one, depending on which extra monster zone is open. Let's just go this one right now because I'm right-handed. So this goes to their graveyard, and then you can't use tokens, so you link away for a Link Spider, link away for a Link Revo, link away, Kashik Magician, bounce Gamma Seal back.
Use it again.
And then Kaiju are another, let's say they have 2 Borreloads on the field. Kaiju that one too. So yeah, the other stuff in the extra deck is standard Nightmare Phoenix, standard Nightmare Cerberus, because you can Cerberus any of their Kaijus as long as they don't have enough counters on the Gamma Seal. Barricade Board Blocker, because let's be honest, this deck kind of revolves around the field spell as your best Kaiju counter creator. And 2 Link Spiders and a Link Rebo. So that's the extra deck of 15 cards. Then just as important as the extra deck, we have, I showed you the 4 Perfect Cell tokens and the Nibiru and the Seto Kaiba Field Center because Blue Eyes is currently apart right now. Hopefully the that new card will be in Overload. It probably won't be, but we'll have Nibiru for the other stuff. Honorary Big Giant Rock Kaiju. It's not really a Kaiju. Don't quote me on that. But 3, oh my god, a giant rock. 3, I hate this card. It should be banned. Ban Spirals and then ban this card because this is not fair. But that's my personal opinion. You can hate on me in the comment section below. I don't care. I hate this card. No single card that says you can't play the game should be legal. 3 Twin Twisters, 3 Dark Ruler No More, and 3 Evenly Matched. Because again, going second deck, and this deck has a lot of problems with backyard decks. So yeah, that's pure Kaiju Destruction, City of Kyoto. I'm the mayor of the city of Kyoto. My city is under attack. I am so sorry. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll have yourselves a fantastic day. Oh my god!